Well, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Fathers Who Care. As you just witnessed, you know, we are people of faith, so we had to pray up because so much is going on in the land, and the word is crystal clear that if my people that are called by my name will humble themselves and pray. So we had to pray because we was thankful and blessed to be here today. I don't know about you all, but I had some aches and pains, but I'm hanging in there.
Amen.
I'm still here to talk about it.
Amen.
Unfortunately, we funeralizing one of our deacons this week. So and then you just told me about one of our pastor brothers. Our condolences go out to the Collins family on the passing of Pastor John Collins, True Grapevine. Yeah, so we want to send our prayers out, and those who know the family and the community, please continue to lift up their family in prayer during this time of bereavement. But we want to move this show on down the road, and I'm extremely happy today because in spite of where people could be, particularly I'm referring to one of my friends and my rep, and also, among other things, our assistant minority leader for the state of Illinois in the House of Representatives, state reps, Camille Lilly. She's going to share some things in a minute. And then on her far right, then we have an up-and-coming. Yes, we do. And she's the newly elected district council member for the 11th district, and that's Elise.
Yes.
And she always said she was kind of shy, but I think she's getting quite adept, you know, because now she's in the arena. But what we was doing here with this show, and this show is particular. It was particularly set up as it is now to talk about effective leadership and community engagement. And so I would be remiss if I didn't bring in these two individuals. It's always a pleasure to get Camille in. Excuse me. But with that being said, we got a lot on the table we want to talk about, but I really want to give you all an opportunity just to relax, unwind, and then I'm going to hit you with this question. How are you today? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Is all well?
feeling
All
good.
is well?
Yes, yes.
So that's the new term.
Yeah.
All is well. Can we say it together?
All is well.
And it is. All is well.
It
But what I
is.
want to do, I want to just kind of give a preference to some folks who may be watching. You are watching Fathers Who Care. And of course, what we do is we bring to you each week individuals who have been literally vetted, who have been committed beyond whatever jobs they may have. If they ain't got no history, they really ain't in it, right? If they ain't been on the foundation, they really ain't doing very much, right? If they just one of them folks that go with the wind, you know who they are because they don't stick around. But anyway, with that being said, we do have our elder statesman, Camille Lilly from the 78th District. And of course, you met Elise Edwards. We were just talking about our sons, you know, so that was a conversation there. We were rolling in that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Not short of stories on the sun.
yeah, we was deep in that. But anyway, Camille, this is what I like to do, if you don't mind. Camille, what moves you? What's your passion? What is your purpose for existing? Thank you all for tuning in. What's your passion? We know that you're always doing something, and I mean, I'm going to talk about the fact that, of course, you. The Vice President of External Affairs for Loretta Hospital. You founded the Chamber of Commerce in Austin. You also the Assistant Majority Leader, forgive me. You're also a woman of God. I believe real heavy in that. But then I also know that you are a mover and a shaker. You're also the state rep for the 78th District. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but I don't want to do that. And we can come back and talk about that state stuff. I really want to know, who is Camille? What is Camille's purpose for existing?
Well, Pastor, thank you for first having
You know, it's our
me
pleasure.
and my lovely sister here.
Yes, she's a people.
Just to kind of talk about what's going on in our neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing I like to start off with is happy Black History Month.
Absolutely.
To everyone.
Thank you. Say that again, will you please?
Happy Black History Month
And
to
she's
everyone.
a stepper too.
That yes, it's called
Sorry.
it's called exercise, and I enjoy it. Yes.
Go ahead.
So my purpose
Yes, ma'am.
is to do God's will.
Yeah.
And to love on my family, my friends, and my community in the efforts of working together on all things that make things good. I am leaning very much into a addressing quality of life and dignity for all.
Yeah.
And it really gets me up every morning. The purpose gets me up in the morning, say I have something to do.
Yeah.
And I'm very blessed and I'm very honored to represent the 78th District, but more so represent the state of Illinois and addressing the needs of the citizens. So
Yeah, and
that's
we-
my purpose.
and-
And thank God every day.
You see how modest she is, right? You see how it came away from what really she does for her, for herself to what she do for others. It's impossible. It's impossible to be in this business that we're in and talk about yourself because it's all about what we do. Am I right or wrong? There's no greater joy than to serve, right?
It is.
That's the greatest commandment, or should I say, blessing that you can have from God is to serve the people, right?
I believe that.
Okay, so let's try to, Lisa over there. She's sitting over there acting like she ain't with us today,
I'm right here.
taking notes. Go ahead, Lisa. We waiting on you.
So for me, I mean, I would echo my sister here.
Yeah.
I really do believe that my purpose as well is to fulfill the will of God. Like that's the whole purpose of our existence. And when you feel like you are not in the will of God, you feel off course. A lot of things will happen here and there, but when you get right back in that vein, I try not to have this one thing in which I'm like, I'm going to do this. And if the Lord says, I want you to do that, I got to be willing to do whatever it is that He tells me to do. But if I had to name one thing, it is definitely not politics, unfortunately. It is the transitional home for women coming out of prison. I do believe that I have a call for that to make sure that we are rehabilitating the lives of our sisters who are coming out of prison to make sure that they are acclimated into society well, that we are, just making sure they have everything that they need.
See, that's why I like folks like this. Because even though we do, we love life. Don't get me wrong. We want to live a fruitful life and we want to enjoy life. But in all fairness, our enjoyment comes from serving others. I mean, it's really just that simple. Because you notice neither one of them could stay on themselves. They had to. I want to help the folks who just got out. I want to help the women who just got. It's really genuine. But let's get into this now. So you are. What's your titles? Any title that you want to work on today? Which one is it?
Pick a card, any card.
Yeah, go ahead, pick one.
I am very honored to work in, and I'm going to say, work alongside the community which raised me. I'm a product of the community, the west side of Chicago, that put into me who I am today. So
Absolutely.
I wear the head of a state rep. I most recently have gained the title of Assistant Majority Leader in the House of Representatives here in the state of Illinois, which basically means I work with the Speaker and leadership in the House. to
As you have been
move.
doing before.
That's true.
God
But
elevated
you got a little bit more to do. And then, of course, as you mentioned, Loretto Hospital has been my passion. I really believe that if you don't have your health, you don't have much else. And so I carry the title there for the past 30 years.
Of what?
30 years at Loretto Hospital as
your title?
the Chief External Affairs Officer at Loretto Hospital.
Right.
And that role has allowed me to work alongside so many, I'm going to use the word passionate people when it comes to access to health care.
Absolutely.
And a community hospital like Loretto Hospital is really the key to wellness and a better health outcome. And we want to keep those assets in our community.
And I like that really about you because, for so long, if you're from the West Side, which I am, Loretto Hospital in years past had, it used to have a stigma associated with it. But since you all have kind of taken it over and been working in it, you have been more community oriented, you've been more open, you've been more welcoming. I mean, folks can come up in there and do events. The events come out into the street. It's always something happening.
And
Go ahead and talk about that. Go ahead.
Can I just say, as we enter the first day of Black History Month, we, meaning Loretto Hospital, will be hosting what we call Community Movie Night at K. Ryan Center for the Arts. And there's 3 movies that we're going to be hosting. We have on February 12th, Rustin, which is the story of the movement on the March on Washington and all the players behind that movement. February 25th, 6th, we're going to have Stamped from the Beginning, which is a view of America through the eyes of women. And our third movie is Leave the World Behind, which is produced by the former Barack Obama and his lovely First Lady, Michelle. And they actually also produced Rustin.
Okay.
So we are welcoming everybody to join us to watch community movies for Black History. All of these movies are produced by African American producers, which I
Okay.
think is exciting as
And
well.
you want us to do what?
We would like you all to come out, go on to the website of Loretto Hospital to get the information for the address. The address is 5628 West Washington Boulevard, and parking is directly on Washington and Central. It's no cost to you, light refreshments at 5:30, and the show begins at 6.
So you have a number there. Can we use that number? as
Yes,
well?
please, if you have any more information, and there is a QR code on the flyer. This is you'll see in your local papers, and you can register and sign up and reserve your seat. We have enough seats. It's a wonderful facility, so I'm not
It's
concerned.
beautiful. It's a
I'm not
beautiful place.
It's a beautiful
facility.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
beautiful
not concerned that
place.
we're going to run out of seats, but you
Not
want
there.
your best seats.
Not there.
You know, come early, sign
Yeah.
up first. But if you have any questions, give us a call at 773-854-5063.
Okay. So now, and I'm going to run over to Lisa in a second, but I'm gonna present to you a question. Over the past year, what has been your greatest accomplishments, or what do your highlights from last year?
It is so important to know that health and human services are really what brings forth quality of life.
Okay.
And as the APROPS chair of Health and Human Services, we were able to meet in the state of Illinois to put resources in communities throughout the state that needed them.
Okay.
And that went from child care. We have, we put over, I'm going to say, $250 million in preschool child care, where it's called the Illinois SMART program.
Right, right.
And I sit on the commission there.
Among others.
Among others, to address what develops a child early.
Okay.
So I'm which is a human services. It's also an education as well.
Absolutely.
And so we are investing our dollars in education and health and human services this past year. Over, I'm going to say, in our communities that are on the west side and the south side, we put well over $1 billion in those communities.
Okay.
And I'm very proud of that.
Okay.
We get to listen to people like yourselves who say, these are some programs that are going to make a difference in our community. We'd like to work on them. And the state of Illinois responded to that vision and that purpose.
Well, I'm just excited that that you all are still holding your prospective positions there. I like the fact that you all are still growing. No one has jumped up in front of you all, that you all are seasoned, that you all are vetted, and that, ain't no newbies coming in there to try to take what you've been doing, because it's only going to push you back. It ain't going to build it up. Would you
Together,
agree?
yeah. And I think we do a better job with these types of program and conversation. You really know what we're doing.
Okay.
So we want to be present and talking about what we're doing. And that allows people to understand, oh, okay, they're doing the job that needs to get done.
Absolutely.
And it really is important that we do it with a balanced budget. So
Okay.
we've had a balanced budget.
What's the budget?
The budget is I like to say this, every 11 months, the state of Illinois' budget filters in over $118 billion
Wow.
in our commerce, of which the General Revenue Fund, we manage $56 million of that through appropriations.
Okay.
However, those dollars are invested and they're reinvested and reappropriated in what comes to the hearts and minds of the elect and the governor's office to address the needs to make sure that all Illinoisans have quality of life and
Okay.
dignity.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited about what we've been doing with the budget.
Absolutely.
And we have more to do. We're nowhere near finished because some of our communities need more equity.
Okay.
And so we're working on that as well.
Okay, so Councilwoman, if I may, you are a newly elected councilwoman of the 11th district, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know I've talked to you numerous times, and you've been putting in the work,
Yes, sir.
and you definitely been doing your job
Yes, sir.
because it's brand new, right?
Yes,
it's
sir.
brand new.
It is.
It's the CCPSA, right?
Yes.
So tell us what that is.
So the CCPSA is the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability. It's a
Okay.
brand new role for you all who do not know.
Okay.
That came after the events of Laquan McDonald. You know, the consent
decree?
decree. They wanted the consent decree. In the consent decree, you know, there's a lot of promises there.
Recommendations?
A lot of things
Yeah.
in which, well, I mean, recommendations, but also like it is binding. Like,
Yeah.
Things in which people have to do, which include, you know, CPD. And so one of them was to have like an oversight of a civilian oversight for CPD. And this is what this role is.
Okay.
So it consists of two particular bodies. One would be the CCPSA commissioners, and the other ones would be ourselves, the CCPSA. Lord, I forgot my own title.
Council.
Counselor.
You got
Told
the
you what happens
commissioners
when
and you
it's
got
a-
the council.
You got the commissioner and you got the counselors. And so the counselors, we really are 3 elected people in each police district. You know, we had to do just like a state rep, or just like, you know, you would have your alderman.
But
We
you're
went through that
basically
process, and
what is that in relationship to the goal of the community?
So
how
the-
do it fit?
So the goal really is for the people who are the 3 counselors in each police district, we're keeping our eyes and our ears to the ground and trying to see, you know, what is the temperature of our community. All of them are different. It's 22 police districts. And so we're taking that information and we're pushing it up to the commissioners. The commissioners are looking and evaluating that information to see if they could make policy. And so that's what we're really trying to do. There are goals that we all have in general, because this is
Yes.
Chicago, but then there are goals that, you know, each specific community sort of deals with and things that they're trying to get accomplished. So the goal really is if there were 3 things that I could say about you know, the district councils, the number 1 would be, you know, police accountability. The number 2 would be to make sure that you're bridging the gap between CPD and the community, because there has been a lot of harm in the past. And then the third thing would be public safety. So we're addressing the safety concerns of the community.
So if you had to, and I already kind of know what you may share, but if you had to challenge folks who are watching today to be more actively involved, because you also convene the community. The community comes together in the meetings, set the tones in the meetings, share thoughts in the meetings, and then those thoughts are kind of taken up to the commissioners, and the commissioners kind of help to make some policies. And like they also was actively involved in kind of picking a new superintendent
Yeah.
or selecting
Yes, absolutely.
nominees.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So your ask though is what? What would be my ask for the
For the
community?
people, yeah, for the
So
people.
I mean, man, there are so many different things you can do. The application is open right now because they are looking for commissioners. So for you, whoever you are, if you are interested in applying for one of those roles, you can go to the CCPSA. You know, their website, you know, and it will be right there on the front, you know, to apply for one of the commissioners' position. However, if you want to be more local and sort of help just your area, my suggestion to you would be to connect with whoever your district council people are. You know, again, there is a body of 3. One is community outreach. That's myself. We have another person who would be the nominator. Then you have someone who would be the chair. They man the meeting the day of the meeting. So,
So when did you all
let
meet?
your voice be heard.
When
so
y'all meet?
we specifically meet every second Wednesday of the month. It's kind of different depending on some of the holidays. So this month we're meeting on the 3rd Wednesday because Valentine's Day falls on the 2nd.
And that's a holiday.
And that's all. I'm getting ready to say. Do
That's
not
a
mess
holiday.
with. Do not mess with a woman and Valentine's Day.
That's a holiday for those with a boo thing. Like for me, that's just a, you know. But anyway, no.
The boo thing. Camille, thank you, Alice. Camille, tell us some of the investments that you've been working on, or where the money's been going.
And some of the key things that are happening, like say in the 78th district,
Yeah, in the 78th
is
district.
putting resources on our commercial districts and focusing in on what I like to call the Black Business District on Chicago Avenue.
The Soul
and the Black
Corridor?
Business and the Soul Corridor on the Ave.
Yeah. On the-
And North Avenue, where a lot of our Black businesses are needing some infusion of investment. So we have over 50 million on North Avenue, over 30 million on Chicago Avenue. And we're very proud of lifting up those entrepreneurs, those small businesses with infusion of capital dollars and microloans that allow them to continue to do the business that their hearts and minds want to contribute to, not only their community, but also to their state. The other thing that I'm excited about is the arts. Bringing art, freestanding art, murals throughout our community, bring what I call investing in the talents of our residents, of our citizens, and showcasing them on our main thoroughfares. And I'm excited about that. We're working with the Oak Park. Actually, we got partners on North Avenue, so we work together on Oak Park Arts Council, but we also working with the Arts District here in the city of Chicago to make sure that we are, what I like to say, branding our community through art.
That's awesome.
And you also have, and I'm not knocking other relationships, all is well, and we need them all. But you are also working extremely close with our state senator, Senator Don Harmon, who's
Yes.
the president.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's where I saw her in the parade. But anyway.
Yes. Senator Harmon, who is the Senate president here in the Illinois General Assembly, is my senator and your senator as well.
Absolutely.
And we do just about everything together. I just don't go over to the Senate and run their chambers. I stay in the House.
Well,
But everything
and that's
else,
that's a good
right,
thing.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
everything else we do together, where we get to go into the General Assembly and share with our colleagues the importance of equity, importance of inclusion, importance of diversity. And it's so wonderful to work next to him, as well as the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus.
Absolutely.
And we have 4 pillars here in the state of Illinois. No other state has pillars that are addressing
and you all
these
been
issues.
working them.
Yes.
You literally
we
have been,
four
I'm telling
Illi-
you, you've been working them.
Illinois
Share.
Legislative Black. The first pillar is education. And the second pillar, the first pillar is criminal justice reform. The second pillar is education. The third pillar is economic opportunity and community development. And the fourth pillar is health and human services, which I was able to author along with Senator Mattie Hunter, Majority Leader Mattie Hunter, to get that over the end zone. But what's so beautiful about those pillars, all of our I'm going to say people on the right side of the chamber, which happens to be Dems, voted for all of our pillars. So we're now implementing those. And as you may have seen and heard, the criminal justice reform had one piece that was called the Safety Act. And that basically removed bail. We're the only state in the country that has no bail.
Okay.
And what that purpose of that piece was to not keep people in jail because they couldn't afford the bail.
Okay.
What was happening, people who could afford the bail, who were just as guilty as they could be, but they out because of the bail. This puts the decisions in the hands of the district attorney and the judges as we deal with making our community safe. So we're very proud of that.
So, Elise, you were going to talk to me about the state of the West Side. So talk to me.
So I just wanted to mention really quickly, one of the first things in which I, as a district counselor for the community outreach coordinator, wanted to do is bring all community stakeholders together and address like the violence and the public safety concerns. And we're doing that with a gun violence prevention conference, which will be April the 20th. And, you know, it'll be at Breakthrough Urban Ministries. Anyway, so the whole purpose of this is to make sure that, you know, we are our own medicine, that we're identifying those key stakeholders in the community, we're activating them, and just making sure that they are, you know, supported the way in which they need to be supported. But we're addressing not only gun violence, but also our youth. and how can we engage them?
Absolutely.
And just to put on that, we at Illinois, we put dollars in and programming in around Protect Illinois Communities Act, which allows you to do that conference. So you are not alone in this effort. So I just want to make sure
Told
you're feeling
you.
comfortable.
Told you.
Yes.
See, that's how we
Divine
work.
connection.
That's how we work. You know, we do the work because God called us to do the work. But listen, you've been watching Fathers Who Care. Time moves so fast when you're having fun. But if you have young people who you want to get them into some violence prevention program, internship programs, give us a call at 773-287-5821, 773-287-5821. Log on to fatherswhocare.org. Give us a closing comment, please.
I just really want to say when our local hospitals, safety net hospitals, are vibrant, you can deal with issues of substance abuse, attacking the fentanyl crisis that we have.
Yeah.
Please take care of yourself. And we are here, the state of Illinois, along with our community hospitals, to make sure you have access to health care. Substance abuse is a disease, and we do not want people dying from this disease. So we, the state of Illinois, and partners like Loretto Hospital are investing in your community to keep these services available to you. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you don't have your health, you don't have much else. And if you don't have your mental health, it's very difficult to establish and maintain your overall health.
Yes, and I know I got a mental problem.
We love you. And
I
we're
do.
here for you.
You know, when you love hard,
Yes,
you
it
can't help
happens.
but have issues.
But love helps everything.
It does help.
I don't think we have time though. But
Closing.
my only closing that I would say is never think that you are not capable or, every one of us, it takes all of us to really address this problem. No matter how small you think you are, how great you think you are, it takes all of us to address this problem. So join us.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. God bless you, God. Keep you. See you next week. All is well. We believe that all things can work together for the good because we know it. So listen, we thank you. Thank you, Rap.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Can TV. Thank you all that's been tuning in, and thank you on Facebook and all around. God bless you. Good night. Keep the faith. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Reverend Jones.
Thank you.
Reverend Jones.
Thank you.